Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. I continue exploring old Russian cities and today I'm in Vladimir. As you can see, the weather is very favorable to us today and I love it. And now let's explore this city. Vladimir is a city with a population of 350,000 people, located 180 kilometers east of Moscow. In this video we will see grand examples of medieval architecture, visit both historical part and the outskirts, and learn about city's past and present. Vladimir means possess the world, and really guys, this city once was the capital of Russia. When this city was our capital, Moscow was just a village, and historians are arguing about the age of this city. Some think that it was founded in 990 and other historians think that it was 1108. To be more precise, Russia back then was called Kievan Rus and was divided into several principalities. Vladimir-Suzdalian Rus was one of the major Russian principalities in the 12th century. Who knows, if history turned out differently, Russia's capital today would be Vladimir instead of Moscow. And probably the most famous site of Vladimir is this golden gate that you can see just behind me. The Knyaz of Vladimir was entering the city with his družina through this gate. So it was both a triumphal arch and also a fortification for the important part of the city. And next to the gates there is one more cathedral and this nice fountain. And I actually learned some interesting facts. When the city authorities were building this fountain, they installed iron piles and this caused soil vibration. And because of this, a crack appeared on the golden gates. Nothing is eternal. Let's touch this medieval architecture masterpiece. This gate is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It was built in 1164 under Grand Prince Andrei Bogolyubsky. There were 5 similar entrance gates surrounding the city, and only the Golden Gate has survived to this day. Fun fact, there is a small church with a museum display just above the arch. Now we are on the main street of Vladimir, and you know guys, what I don't like is that it is very noisy here. I think that transport should just suit all the atmosphere of this place. I've entered some lane just behind the central street, and look what buildings are here. If you remember my video about Vladivostok, I showed you the Chinese quarter there, and it looks kind of similar to this quarter with these red brick buildings. Yeah, it's a lovely, cozy place. After that, I went down the street and found myself in a nice little square.
Here you can see such sites as a monument to firefighter and a retro water standpipe.
So let's try it. Actually, it tastes clean. Oh look, there's some old house. We call it barak. There's even a TV antenna. Do people actually live here? Am I in Spassk again?
If you walk even lower along the street, you can reach the Klyazma river, but unfortunately you won't be able to walk along the river because there is simply no embankment. I tried to find information online about the waterfront construction project, but I couldn't find anything. Residents of Vladimir say that they would very much like to see the embankment, but city officials say that they lack funding. Why, I'm not surprised. But still, there is a place from where you can see the Klyazma. It is an observation deck near the St. George Church. From here you can also see the 850th anniversary bridge and the great Dormition Cathedral. Успенский Собor, like the Golden Gate, was erected during the reign of Prince Andrei Boголюбский in 1158. This is an outstanding monument of the white stone architecture of pre-Mongol Rus. An important event in the Russian history is associated with this temple, the siege of Vladimir during the Mongol invasion in 1238. According to one version, the princely family hid in the cathedral, but the cathedral was set on fire and all who were in it perished. And for long 200 years, Rus will be under the rule of the Golden Horde. Well, we have visited the times of ancient Russia, and now let's move to the USSR.
I came to this typical Soviet district. It's called Frunzensky Rayon, and I came here because I wanted to show you something apart from that gloss of historical buildings. Vladimir also has this Soviet heritage, these Khrushchevkas, and people still live here. Here, for example, you can see some old children playground that I think has not been renewed since the Soviet times, I think the 70s. This one, at least the slates look kinda new. Как вы там? Понятно. Ладно, спасибо. I've just had a conversation with local kids. They asked me what I'm doing. I told that I'm making a video about life in Vladimir, and I asked them, how do you feel living here? And they said, well, quite normal. I asked what kind of activity they have, and they said that they do soccer, even sambo, and one boy even went to Moscow to sambo competition. So this is how children live here. But actually, guys, one more thing why I came here is this beautiful Soviet mosaic. I learned about this mosaic actually from a local news website. People living in this Khrushchevka house wanted to insulate the facade of the house, but urbanists became arguing with them, and they tried to appeal to the city authorities somehow, telling that it is not good to cover these Soviet mosaics. That woman, when she saw that I was filming the houses, she asked me, "Are you filming the cut trees?" I was like, "No." And then she told me the story that some utility companies were cutting the trees along the roads, and the local people were complaining because they planted these trees. And it felt so familiar to me, because like in every Russian city it's the same. And now I'm going to the center of the city finally. I wasn't able to visit the Ferris Wheel in Nizhny Novgorod, but now I will visit one in Vladimir and see the city from its. The worker said that he chose this cabin for me because it is heated. Thanks to him.
I know it wasn't smart to go to the Ferris wheel at night, but at least now you know that there is such a tourist attraction. It is located in the Central Park of Culture and Rest. There is also a cafe and such an exhibition center with a miniature of the city. Okay, it's getting late. Let's find a place to dine.
Since Vladimir is a very old city, I wanted to have a dinner in a traditional Russian style. I decided to take skablyanka, frozen meat that was scraped off. Also there are potatoes, onions and cheese. As well, I got this salad with radish, tomatoes and cucumbers, and carrot pie, and tea, of course. And this all cost me 900 rubles, which is 12 American dollars. It's actually expensive. It's like in Moscow restaurants. And now I want to show you the souvenir store that I've just visited.
There were plates with domovoy Russian brownie, handmade toys of Baba Yaga, gel ceramics, kokoshnik, Russian traditional headdress, postcards, clay whistles, and the pop eats, which stands out among all Russian attributes, but apparently is in demand.
I decided to return to the main street. It's pretty lively here, a lot of cars, and I wanted to go inside, but it seems that they're closing just right now.
This is one more significant place, торговые ряды, shopping arcades. For a long time there were wooden merchant shops. In the 18th century a guest yard was built here. It was a real center of life of the provincial town. Today it is a shopping center with lots of cafes and stores.
Globalization in its glory. Now it's really quiet here. Almost no people, and all the cafes and shops are already closed because now it's about 10 p.m.
Pretty tired, I ended the day with a walk through the dark alleys of the fading city. Just like in my video about Nizhny Novgorod, I felt really sad after visiting Vladimir, And I watched a video by this local guy where he tells about a lot of problems, like there's no hospitals in the outskirts, and that yeah, it is a beautiful historic center, but ordinary people there live in poor conditions, and that the average monthly salary is like 25,000 rubles, which is 340 USD, which is still not enough even by Russian measures. And yeah, I cannot say I was surprised by this information, but still I felt even more sad after watching his video. But anyways, I'm glad that I visited Vladimir, that I've seen all these UNESCO sites, these golden gates, the churches. And guys, write in the comments your opinion. Would you like to visit Vladimir as a tourist? If you are from Vladimir, please write your opinion. Do you agree or disagree with me about the city? It will be really interesting to read it. And this is it. Thank you for watching. Many thanks to the people who support me on Patreon. I will see you very soon in my next video. Goodbye.